Hello everybody. Today we're going to go over some padlocks that can and cannot be bypassed and why you can or cannot, as far as I know anyway. This is in response to a video I made where somebody, one of my subscribers, actually a couple of them, asked if I could go through all the tools on this Covert Instruments Covert Companion and just kind of go over what they do, what the tools are used for, because not everybody knows what every tool is used for. So, but in that video, I got a troll by the name of Stevie B underscore FPV. And he says that bro rakes a 140D open, crying face, Jesus, skips all the intermediate locks, he's a waste of time. Well, the idea was I was just going to show what some of the tools in this Covert Companion do, and I wasn't going to pick any of the locks. So let's just be clear up front. None of the locks you see in this video are going to be picked. Not one of them. Some of them will not be bypassed either. Just letting you know up front. It seems I've attracted some trolls, which is great. I've always loved confrontation. I don't know what it is. In real life, on the internet, whatever, I love confrontation, so keep it coming. I like it, especially my latest locksmith troll. This is great. We're getting in fights about the locks. Nerdy shit, man, let me tell you. But, so he also stated that Stevie B underscore FPV said, tries to bypass a lock that is known to be vulnerable to a bypass and can't do it and says it's useless. What he was talking about is when I pulled out this bypass driver on the Covert Instruments Covert Companion Pro and I put it into this lock here, that it couldn't be bypassed. Well, I hate to tell you, Stevie B underscore FPV, but this lock cannot be bypassed with this driver, and I'm pretty sure, although not 100%, that this American lock, which has a master key versus an American lock key, see the differences, can also not be bypassed. Maybe. I haven't tried, but I don't think it can be. And let me show you why. So what I stated in my video was that some of the newer locks have security wafers and you cannot, or shielding, I think I said shielding, and you cannot bypass them. That is what I was talking about, but I guess you weren't listening, Stevie. So this is a little security disc, wafer, whatever you want to call it, and it is made so that that bypass driver cannot push through the lock to the back of the lock because it is covered with metal. It's not going through there, man. It's just not happening. That's on the newer American locks. So if I took that out, we could probably bypass that just fine. Looks just like a regular 1100, but we will not be bypassing or picking that today because I said we weren't going to, right? So this is also an American lock 1100. It comes with a master core cylinder inside of it and one key. This is the lockout tagout version with the master cylinder. I want to say it's the 410 cylinder. It could be wrong. But if you'll notice that on here, the back of it, the little driver area here is on the very top and this one's on the side. And this one isn't as thick. And that's because it's key retaining and it doesn't have a spring shackle. I mean, it does have a spring shackle going in, but you have to push the shackle back down, turn the key to lock it. And if you look at the inside of these, you'll see that the one on the right, which is the master lock one, has a much thicker driver down there in the bottom. And when this lines up with it, because I have to turn the key to put it in there, it makes a complete circle. So there's nowhere to stick this in to get in there to the side to be able to turn that driver. So I don't think this can be bypassed, but I'm pretty sure. The regular 1100, you can see that it's just almost like a little quarter of a circle, and if that shielding, this shielding was not in the way, you could get through the back of the cylinder and bypass it. So no, this American lock cannot be bypassed with that shield in there. I'm pretty sure this one can't be bypassed. The Ace 527 also has shielding on the back to keep you from bypassing it. That is a common thing, and as you stated, it is a known bypass, and companies also know that. However, they've mass-produced the American lock so much that you're likely to get one without a security disc wafer. Which brings me to other bypasses like this master lock, shutter lock, or trailer lock, whatever you want to call it. It can be bypassed. I have heard. I have not found one, and I'm not going to go buy a whole bunch of them to find out because I am not monetized. So anything that I buy comes out of my pocket. But I've heard that they've started to shield these. I don't know. This one is definitely not shielded. You can just stick a knife tool in there and open it up. I don't know that for a fact, but that can still be bypassed. And then we go to these two. And what I like about these two Master Lock 410s, or 410s, 140s, if you look, one says number 40, number 140, and one just says 140, no number. And you can see that the cylinder's turned a little bit from the stamping, but this is the same exact lock. I had to find one that said number 140 on it because I already had a 140, and I could not find it in a shorter shackle, but the base material is still the same size, same everything, but there are two differences in these. My understanding is if the lock says number 140, it can be bypassed with a comb attack, and if it says just 140, it cannot. So that's another one that can be bypassed, but some of them cannot. I could not find a shorter shackle. I looked everywhere to try to find one that said N0 number 140, and I could not find anything at any store that had that except for the longer shackle. So here we have the shorter shackle one. We just have to index it with the 4-digit little comb pick here, and it will be pushed up into the top of the keyway when we index it, which is up there now all the way to the top. Turn, lock will not open. However, if we get the number 140, we do the same thing. We index it, and then we get the pick all the way to the top of the keyway, very top. That can be indexed and opened with a comb attack very easily. So just depends on where the master lock was made, and as far as I know, if it's stamped number 140, it can be comb picked. If it's just stamped 140, it cannot. If you have a American lock with a shielding wafer on it, like this one has, or Ace 527 with a shielding lock, or any lock that has a shielding wafer on it like that, no, they can't be bypassed. If you have the 410 core version of the 1100, the safety lockout tagout that came with one key, it also probably cannot be bypassed. I'm not 100% on that one, but it makes a complete circle connection, so there's nowhere that bypass driver can get to open it up. So I don't think it can, but I won't say 100% that it cannot. However, I will tell you, my American lock that was in that video that you so graciously said that I can't bypass a known vulnerability, well, yeah, this disc makes that impossible. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and it helped, please hit the like and subscribe. I do appreciate it. Thank y'all.